You have greatness within you. Rewritten transcript. Many of us carry genius within us. We pour our ideas and creativity into our jobs, working 60, sometimes 70 hours a week, breaking our backs to build someone else's dream. But when it comes to ourselves, when it's time to invest in our ideas, to believe in our dreams, to use our genius for our own vision, we freeze. We hesitate. We come up with reasons not to try. I'm not as good as they are. I don't have the right education. I'm not ready. I used to feel that way. I never went to college and I felt inferior to those who did. I was intimidated. I avoided speaking in front of educated crowds because I thought I wasn't qualified. But I had someone in my life who saw something in me that I couldn't yet see. And sometimes, that's what we need. Someone who can see beyond our limitations and help us believe in ourselves until we catch the vision too. So how do we handle fear? One friend told me, take a deep breath. Visualize yourself strong enough to face it. Know that you're more than capable. Another said, when fear shows up, I imagine what life looks like on the other side of it. I act as if it's already done. And a Vietnam veteran friend shared, when fear hits, I think about what I've survived before. And I remind myself, if I made it through that, I can handle this. How many of us have had moments where we were consumed by fear, paralyzed, and somehow we made it through? You survived. You didn't die. That's proof of your strength. Remember that scene from The Color Purple, where the character was told she was ugly, dumb, and would never make it? She said, I might be ugly. I might be dumb. I might not talk. Right. But I'm still here. You're still here too. That means you're stronger than you know. Here's what stops most people. The fear of failure. The fear of not being good enough. The fear of the unknown. Guess what? You're going to make mistakes. You will fail sometimes. That's how you grow. The only people who don't make mistakes are the ones who do nothing. If you're going to play in the arena of life, you're going to fall. You're going to feel awkward and insecure, that's part of it. But bring your talent anyway. Prepare yourself. There's no substitute for competence. A great attitude isn't enough. You have to do the work. Study, practice, sharpen your skills. Because here's the truth. Competence builds confidence, and confidence fuels more competence. The better you get, the better you want to be. You start to realize there's no limit to what you can achieve. Never believe you've arrived. That's how people get stuck. As long as you're breathing, there's more work to do, more to give, more to become. A friend of mine, Bob, introduced me to motivational speaking. Over the years, I've seen Bob start and fail at over 30 different businesses. 30! But you know what? He never lost his enthusiasm. Each time he came to me with the same energy. Les, I've got a deal you need to hear about. He refused to internalize failure. And that's the key. Courage isn't the absence of failure. It's the refusal to let failure define you. There was a man in Los Angeles who passed the bar exam after failing 47 times. His own son had a law firm. He could have just taken a desk job. But no, he stayed committed. And he made it. The world often highlights our failures louder than our wins. That's why people slow down at car crashes and why gossip is so addictive. But we can choose a different focus. We can be people who lift others and ourselves through faith and determination. We all have our own volcano to face, challenges that feel enormous, overwhelming. But we have the capacity to face them, to jump into them, and to discover who we really are on the other side. The fear of mistakes, the fear of failing, the fear of succeeding, or simply the fear of the unknown. These fears keep too many people from living a bold life. So what's the antidote? Start with your why. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, said, if you know the why for living, you can endure almost any how. For me, my why was simple. I wanted to buy my mother a house. That dream pulled me forward. It made me study, read, and grow. It helped me become a voice of change. The path to your dream has 3 pillars. Renew your mind. Don't be conformed by the world's limitations. Transform your thinking. Develop discipline and a strong mindset. Keep growing, keep learning. Build powerful relationships. Surround yourself with people who believe in dreams, who push you to grow, and who hold you accountable. Community matters. One goose flying alone can only go so far, but in formation they go 40% further. Even lab rats in groups survive longer under pressure than those alone. And the same is true for us. Together, with the right people, we can do the seemingly impossible. Mr. Washington, my high school teacher, once told me, "Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." That one statement changed everything for me. I want to leave you with this. You were born to make a difference. You are here for a reason. Don't let fear or failure stop you. Your life can be a warning or an example. Let it be the latter. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need the right attitude, the right drive, and the courage to start. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can because you can. And remember, you have greatness within you. Between those moments of 1631 and 1639, I realized something powerful. We come to know what's meant for us and what's not. And for me, being born on the floor of an abandoned building in a poor neighborhood of Miami, Florida, I knew I needed a different path, a path of growth and self-development. I remember shining the shoes of Mr. Saderstein, a wealthy man my mother worked for. She cleaned his home, cooked for his family, and cared for his children. While I worked, I'd hear motivational tapes playing in the background. Without even realizing it, my mind was being programmed. My thinking was being shaped. It planted a seed, a thirst inside me to grow. One of the voices I heard was Earl Nightingale, who said, "You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you are." That quote struck me deeply. From then on, reading became more than a pastime. It became a tool. I wasn't reading for entertainment. I was reading for transformation. I'd study 60 to 100 pages a night, sometimes finishing entire books. I would underline, memorize, and most importantly, apply what I read. At some point, each of us has glimpsed our destiny, but many times we ignore it. We convince ourselves it's not meant for us. That self-doubt, shaped by disappointment, criticism, and failure, leads us to abandon our dreams, to sell out on the potential that burns inside us. You have to be willing to prepare. Give your best. Take the shot. Let the chips fall where they may, and believe, truly believe, that things will work out. You have to take that leap of faith. Trust in yourself and in your capacity to handle whatever life throws at you. People ask if there are any guarantees. Yes, one, you're going to die. That's the one promise life makes to us. So while you're here, live. Live your dreams now. Act as though today is your last day, because this is the only life you get. That's your volcano, your calling. Jump into it. Face it. Embrace it. The universe will never give you something you don't have the strength to handle. You already have what it takes to face your volcano, no matter what form it takes. Where will the strength come from? Don't worry. It will come. When you need it, it will rise up inside you. It took me 15 years to find the courage to become a speaker. For 15 years, fear silenced me. I thought I wasn't good enough. I had no college degree. I'd never worked for a major corporation. Why would anyone come to hear me speak? I convinced myself I was nobody. That mindset fed the fear. Fear of failure, of rejection, of not being accepted or qualified. It paralyzed me. And the truth is, sometimes people won't like you. I've faced cold crowds. I've walked off stage feeling crushed, but I went back. I listened to my tapes. I analyzed where I went wrong. I kept working. I've been intimidated too. I remember being on a program with a speaker who brought the house down before I went on. I didn't want to follow him. I was terrified. Once I was scheduled to speak after a young boy who delivered Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech. He was extraordinary. He delivered it with such power and magic that the crowd went wild. When the room finally quieted down, they said, "Les Brown is next." and I pretended to be upset so I could bow out gracefully. I walked away relieved. I just wanted to get to my car. That happens. There will always be people who seem more talented. Learn from them. Grow from them. That young man and I eventually became friends, and I even brought him on to speak at other events. I once learned a valuable lesson from a young man, much younger than I am. He reminded me that there will be times you won't connect with your audience. Your memory might fail. You may slip up, say something wrong, or even embarrass yourself. Remember speaking at the National Speakers Association and referring to Cavett Robert as Dick Cavett. I didn't even catch the mistake the first time I said it. I repeated it again to make a point, and still didn't realize what I had done. Until much later. People laughed, they made jokes, I was embarrassed and hurt, but I kept going and I came back. You will make mistakes too. That's part of the journey. My good friend Ed Foreman once said something I've taken to heart. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly, until you get it right. If you already know how to do something well, great, do it right. But if you don't, it's still worth doing. You'll learn through the process. You'll grow through repetition. Don't let fear stop you. You will make mistakes. You won't be perfect. Some people won't like you. Some will criticize you. You'll give speeches you later wish you could change. You'll think, why didn't I say this? Or, why did I forget that story or mix up that name? It's going to happen. Why? Because we're human. Even now, every time I speak, I feel fear. I calm myself in several ways. I listen to motivational recordings. I study the subject until I know it backward and forward. I talk with people in the audience beforehand. I visualize myself succeeding, receiving a standing ovation, being embraced, connecting deeply. The more you do it, the stronger you become. That fear? Let it drive you. I'm nervous every time. I often can't eat before a speech. That nervous energy never disappears, but I've learned, you can handle it. You are God's miracle child. I spoke to a man in our training program who, as a baby, fell from the third floor of an apartment. The doctor said he wouldn't make it. His mother refused to give up. She took him off life support and brought him home. Today, he's here. Deaf, blind, unable to speak, but full of purpose. He types his thoughts into a computer to motivate others. He told me, I've been looking for you for 10 years, Mr. Brown. I wanted to have this moment. I told him, Sir, I am honored. You are a miracle. The doctors gave a diagnosis, but his mother, through her faith and love, gave him a future. She said, Give me my child. She carried him out of the hospital and into the world. That's the power of belief. You've had your own miracles. You've had moments where you knew it wasn't you, it was something greater working through you. And if you're listening to me now, this might be your breakthrough moment. You feel it. You know this isn't the end for you. You've got to be hungry. Hungry for something more. Hungry to grow. Hungry to make a difference. That hunger will give you strength. It will make you fierce. You'll face challenges and say, it's possible. It's necessary. It's up to me. Take responsibility for where you are. Yes, it's hard, but you can do hard. Think about your goals. Choose one that aligns with who you truly are. When I was a little boy, my only dream was to buy groceries for my family. My mother worked on Miami Beach as a domestic. Families would let her take home leftover food for us. I appreciated their kindness, but I told her, one day, Mama, I'm going to buy our groceries myself. I also dreamed of buying clothes for my siblings. We wore hand-me-downs. My mother would sew and adjust them to fit. One of the kids she babysat, David, once received 2 gifts for his birthday, a boat and a set of motivational tapes. When his father left the room, David threw the tapes away. I asked, Can I have them? He said, Sure. Those tapes changed my life. I tell my children, I'm not leaving you anything. It's not what you leave for your children, it's what you leave in them. You have greatness within you. You're capable of more than you can imagine. No one could have convinced me I'd be doing what I'm doing today, earning millions, inspiring people all over the world. I came from nothing, born in an abandoned building in a poor section of Miami, labeled educable mentally retarded, failed in school, no college, no corporate experience. But I had a mentor, Mike Williams, who saw something in me. Many people fail because they lack mentors, someone to believe in them until they can believe in themselves. I held on to my mother's words. You're special, Les. Faith comes by hearing, and I heard that over and over until I believed it. You might be focused on what you don't have. Don't be. It's not about your limitations, it's about what you do have. What did you come here to bring? You might think your dream is a long shot. That's okay. As Dexter Yeager said, when the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. Once read about Dr. Howard Thurman, mentor to Dr. King, advisor to Gandhi, who said the ideal way to leave this world is surrounded by family, in peace. But you know what's even more powerful? To die empty, to leave it all here, to live fully, to fulfill your purpose. Imagine this. You're on your deathbed. Surrounding you are the dreams, talents, ideas, and gifts life gave you, visions you never acted on. And they're looking at you with wide, angry eyes saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life. Now we must die with you. So the question is, if you died today, what dreams would die with you? What talents? What leadership? What greatness? Henry David Thoreau once said, "O God, to reach the point of death only to realize you've never truly lived. You beat impossible odds just to be born, surviving 1 out of 40 million sperms. You're not here by accident." Failure? Don't fear it. 8 out of 10 millionaires have filed for bankruptcy. Yet 85% of people let the fear of failure overpower the desire to succeed. Most people pull off the road of life when they take a hit, when they lose something or face rejection. And they park. Some don't even turn on their emergency lights. Did that once. I had the highest-rated, fastest-growing talk show on TV. But when the network canceled it and said I couldn't make it in television, I believed them. I told myself, Les, maybe they're right, and I parked for 10 years. I went back to my comfort zone speaking. I was doing well, but I knew I had more in me. Then one day I saw my friend Wayne Dyer on PBS, still doing what he loved. Thought, why not me? I reached out, and the same people I worked with a decade earlier said, we've still got it. Do you? I wasn't as strong as I used to be. It took time to get my confidence back, my power back. But I got back, in the game. You see, I attract millionaires or millionaires in training. You have something special in you. Greatness. My mission is to get past your mind and speak to your heart, to help you believe again. So how do you start? You fortify your belief. Feed it. Challenge yourself. Stretch beyond your comfort zone. As Thomas Osborne said, unless you attempt something beyond what you've already mastered, you will never grow. Don't wait until you're ready. Move before you're ready. Life is about walking by faith, not by sight. Most people play it safe. But if you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't be your best or truly happy. Helen Keller said it best. Life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. Take chances. Fail forward. Don't let fear or comfort steal your future. And here's another key. Detoxify your life. Most people fail not because of their talent, but because of their circle. Ask yourself, what is this relationship doing to me? Does it lift me or drain me? Sidney Poitier once said, when you walk with someone, one of you adjust your pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to? Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. My daughter Ona Brown says, call forth your team. Bishop T.D. Jakes told his board, as soon as I know as much as you do, you're fired. If you're the smartest person in your group, it's time for a new group. Your network is your net worth. Are the people around you nourishing or toxic? Do they believe in your dreams or bury them under their doubts? My mother once said, never let someone tell you what you can't do, especially if they haven't done it themselves. So I say, to you now, You have greatness within you. Don't die with your dreams still inside. Make your move before you're ready. There's a life you can learn from, one that you can grow from. When I decided I wanted to be a speaker, I joined the National Speakers Association. I wanted to be around people who were already doing what I dreamed of doing. I'll never forget the moment I saw Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. He said something that stuck with me. You have something special. You have greatness within you. You can do more than you could ever begin to imagine. I was sitting in the audience thinking, oh my goodness, I've read The Power of Positive Thinking 17 times. He was my hero. Backstage, I approached him and said, Dr. Peale, my name is Les Brown. I've listened to your tapes, read your books. They gave them to us in special education. One day I'd love to be on stage with you. He looked at me and said, It's possible, young man. It's possible. When he spoke, he gave me goosebumps. Deep baritone voice speaking from the diaphragm. That voice overrode the negative conversations in my head. I'll never forget the words of another brilliant man, a Harvard graduate, Dr. Carter G. Woodson. He said, If you can control what a man thinks, you don't have to worry about what he'll do. If you can make a man feel inferior, you don't have to compel him to seek an inferior status. He'll do it himself. If you can make a man feel like an outcast, you don't have to tell him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no back door, his very nature will demand one. We live in a world that teaches us more about our limitations than our potential. How many of you have ever been told you can't do something? MIT conducted a study showing that if someone tells you, you can't do that, it takes 16 people saying you can do that just to neutralize that one negative voice. It's the 17th voice that finally starts to stick. That's why it's crucial to monitor who's speaking into your life. You must actively program yourself for success. The Bible says, Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That renewal is your responsibility, as are. You begin this mental shift, you'll start to see real changes in your life. I now understand what Earl Nightingale meant when he said, all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. As you think about your dreams and goals, remember, most people give up too soon. They pull over, park, and give up on the highway of life because of rejection. But rejection? It's no big deal. Jack Canfield said rejection is a myth. Get excited when someone tells you no, because every no brings you one step closer to a yes. You're getting closer, trust me. You will win if you don't quit. Let me say that again. You will win if you don't quit. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. As you assess your dreams and your goals, take inventory of yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you bring to the table? When I wanted to become a motivational speaker, I studied the greats, and I noticed most of them were scripted. I thought, what can make me different? I didn't have a college education, any credentials, or corporate experience. So I focused on my unique voice and style to offset my weaknesses. Mr. Washington once asked me, Mr. Brown, what do you want to do with your life? I told him, I want to be successful. He said, honey, good. Then you must be willing to do the things today others won't do, in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. That's why he said I had something special. See, most people won't attend seminars or workshops to grow. They'll go to concerts, sure, but not places that expand the mind or elevate their vision of who they can be. They'll ask, how much does it cost? But knowledge is an investment. Information may cost, but it pays dividends. It's possible to live your dream. It's necessary to adopt the mindset that I'm going to do this, but more than that, you must take ownership. George Bernard Shaw once said, the people who get ahead in this world are the ones who look for the circumstances they want, and, if they can't find them, they create them. So say it with me and say it with conviction, I expect to win.